Hezekiah Moscow's journey from overseas to Victorian England was nothing short of inspirational. A man who made a name for himself in boxing, despite racism and personal loss. He was born around 1862 in the West Indies and moved to London in or about 1881. Not long after his arrival, he began appearing in newspapers as a boxer under the name Chin Guk, most likely a racist nickname based on his facial features. It's unclear whether he had some Asian heritage, but despite the slurs, his talent and determination earned recognition in a difficult environment. The first mention of him by his real name appeared in the 1884 newspapers, where he worked at a London aquarium as a lion tamer and performing with other exotic animals. During this time, he faced an accusation of cruelty for allegedly whipping bears. However, he was cleared of all charges after the accuser was exposed for lying under oath. Over the next decade, he continued to make waves in the boxing world. Numerous articles showcased his bouts, including matches with world champions. One of his closest friends and supporters was fellow boxer Alec Monroe, who had immigrated from Jamaica. The two trained and fought together, developing a strong bond both in and out of the ring. In 1885, Alec was stabbed at a common lodging house on Great Pearl Street in Spitalfields. He later died in hospital from an infection. Newspapers reported that he had made a drunken comment to some Englishmen who lived alongside him in the boarding house, though this story's reliability is questionable, as no statement was ever taken from Alec himself. His funeral was monumental. 20,000 people lined the streets to say their goodbyes. This outpour of support was a testament to his character. For Hezekiah, it was a devastating blow. He had a fight scheduled just days after his friend's burial. At the fight, he was greeted with a strong applause. He then paid tribute to Alec and thanked the crowd for their sympathy. In 1890, Hezekiah married Mary Ann Madden in Whitechapel, and the couple had one daughter named Eliza. The family lived at 36 Elder Street in Norton Falgate. However, less than 2 years later, in 1892, Hezekiah mysteriously disappeared from home. His wife, desperate for answers, turned to the public for help. She wrote an appeal to the editor of The Sporting Life. In her message, she expressed her belief that something had happened to her husband, as she could not find him anywhere, and the police had no leads. She pleaded for anyone with information to come forward, as she was struggling to make ends meet, earning only 7 shillings per week to care for their infant daughter. She was adamant that he had not abandoned them, stating he was a devoted husband and father. In the next census record, his wife Mary Ann and their child Eliza were listed, but Mary Ann was recorded as a widow. Despite extensive searches, no death record was found for Hezekiah. Some sources suggest that he may have moved to New York. Charlie Smith, a former English featherweight, reported meeting him in 1897. He claimed he was destitute, friendless, and on the brink of starvation. What happened to him after this encounter is a mystery, and the lack of further information leaves us with unanswered questions.